Now, the Gauteng Provincial Legislature's Portfolio Committee on Community Safety will today receive a detailed briefing from the Provincial Police Commissioner, Lieutenant General Mthombeni, on the fourth quarter crime statistics for the 2024-2025 financial year. The briefing will focus on crime trends between January and March of 2025 and will also provide an overview of some of the key developments in the fight against crime in the province. Let's get an update now from SABC News reporter Calvin Ludla. Calvin, good morning. So, of course, crime being in the spotlight, not just because of its reality in our lives, but also because of what has happened, for example, in the United States, where crime stats have been used to drive a narrative. But in terms of Gauteng and the figures that we are expecting today, please talk to us about some of the expectations here.
Good morning to you, Sakina, and to our SABC viewers at home. We are here at Taba Eco Hotel here in Johannesburg. As you have indicated in your introduction, at the Portfolio Committee and on Community Safety, they are expecting stats from the Provincial Police Commissioner. That would be Lieutenant General Mthombeni. You would know that here in Gauteng, there are a lot of complex issues when it comes to crime. Just yesterday, you would know that our colleague Lopang was there at Zamimpilo Informal Settlement. When she spoke to some of the community members, they did mention that they don't trust the police officers, that they mentioned that according to them, police officials in that area are corrupt, saying that police officials are taking bribes from criminals. Those are some of the issues, complex issues that the Provincial Police Commissioner would have to explain here in this hotel. But I have to tell you that people will also be waiting for him to elaborate more on the relationship between the South African Police Service and the community members. The reason why, Sakina, I'm bringing the relationship issue is that yesterday, late at around 6 on Ukhozi FM, the KwaZulu-Natal Provincial Commissioner, Lieutenant General Nhlanhla Mkhwanazi, did mention when he was asked about his plans to curb crime in that province, saying that he is working hand in hand with communities in that area, advising other provincial commissioners to say they need to work hand in hand with communities and build a strong relationship so that they can be able to also fight crime. We are also expecting Lieutenant General Mthombeni to also talk about the issues of kidnapping. You would understand that Gauteng is one of the top provinces when it comes to kidnapping crimes. We have covered so many cases, including Lombardy East kidnapping. Also, we are also expecting him, Sakina, to talk about the issues of taxi violence that it's taking place in and around Gauteng. You would remember that we covered a story at Zonkizizwe, a taxi rank, where people were shot and killed. A few months earlier this year, I remember at the intersection of Mahalefele Drive on Mahalefele Road and Mngube Drive in Mfulo, Soweto, 3 people were shot and killed. And on the following day, a taxi owner was shot and killed in a barber shop. He needs to also explain on how he is planning, Sakina, to curb taxi violence in this in the province. Also, Sakina, you would understand that police have internal issues. They are demotivated, most of them. Yesterday, if I'm not mistaken, Unati Pachashe, as I'm rapping, he was talking to Richard Mamabulo from POPRO, saying that as POPRO, they are picketing in some of the training academies of the South African Police Service because of the alleged sexual abuse of one of the police trainee, allegedly so abused by a police instructor in one of the police academies. Police are demotivated, you would understand. I was shocked, Sakina, to hear that in a police force, to move from one rank to another, you need to spend years. From being a constable, entry level, you need to spend at least 10 to 15 15 years in order to move to being a sergeant. From being a sergeant to being a warrant officer, you also need to spend years. Some police officers, I have to say that they are demotivated, and others are even leaving the profession to join private security companies. Those are some of the things that we would need to hear from the provincial commissioner. But because of time, I have to say back to you in studio.
Well, thank you so much, Calvin Ludla. Certainly a lot for the provincial police to focus on. There's the issues of gangsterism in townships like Westbury, Eldorado Park, and earlier in the week we heard in Tukomsris as well. There's, of course, the Zamazamas who are wreaking havoc. So much to focus on. And, of course, Calvin Ludla will be updating us on that briefing throughout the morning.